Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the fry wall and I'm going to make these thick pork chops with it. I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I share keto and carnivore recipes and other cooking ideas that have helped me to lose 145 pounds. If you're new here, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back. I hope you like today's demonstration. Today I'm going to cook using this fry wall. The other night in my live stream, somebody asked how to control all the grease that comes into the kitchen when you are, doing a lot of frying with a frying pan. When you're on carnivore, there can be a lot of searing. Now, my first answer was, that's why I like my air fryer. Everything is contained inside. The grease does not get all over the kitchen. And their response was that, they prefer to fry in their frying pan. And so then I talked about the fry wall, but nobody seemed to know what it was. And I had quite a few comments on the live stream that said, can you show us how to use the fry wall? What is it? Okay, so this is what it is. It is this big silicone thing that doesn't look like it's worth anything or does anything, but let me tell you that it will help keep the grease off your stove and contained. So the thing you have to do, I will put the link below so that you can see all of the different sizes. You need to know what size your frying pan is. You need to measure the diameter of it. This is a 10-inch frying pan. I bought the 10-inch fry wall, and it doesn't look like it would fit, but there it is. It just sits right in your frying pan. And that's all. This is all you need. This is all you need to do. What we're going to do is I am going to fry, and this is a really good demo because for this recipe for pork chops, it has to be at extremely high heat, 2 minutes per side, and also a couple of minutes on the fat cap. That should be grease everywhere under normal situations, but this is going to contain it all.
I hope.
So, I've done it already. So let's just get to it. I want this to be a very quick video. So I'm going to set my pork chops free. Here are the pork chops. They're very thick. I'm going to dry them off. Just pat them dry with paper towels. They will sear better that way if they're dry. I'm going to set my oven to 450. This method is a hot sear, extremely smoking hot sear. Then they go in the oven, then they rest, and then you enjoy. I'm going to pat them with some salt. Also, with pork chops, they tend to curl when they're on high heat. So I'm going to make a couple of quick slits in the fat cap here, and that should help. This is Redmond's real salt, and I'm going to grab some tallow or bacon grease. I can't remember what I have in the fridge. And we're gonna get this show on the road. Make sure they're all covered. You can use, whatever your favorite spice mix rub is. Okay, we're using bacon grease. Okay, so I am going to putting it on medium-high, which is pretty high on this stove. And I'm going to scoop out some bacon grease. You can see I've got my fry wall in here. We are going to let that get smoking hot. Okay, that's pretty hot. So I am going to start the sear. So I'm doing 2 minutes per side and then the fat caps. Gonna set my timer. Right now, the edges around my stove here are pretty clean. We'll see what happens at the end.
Well, that didn't take long.
These are getting nice and brown. I'm gonna flip them in a few seconds. Had to turn the overhead on, so Turning over for another 2 minutes. Now I've got this down to just above medium. This burner here is quite large and really gets it smoking. It doesn't even have to be all the way high because it's a gas stove. So you'll have to just gauge how your stovetop is. All right, I'm going to start searing the fat cap now. These are thick enough that they're gonna stand up on their own. So that's kind of cool. Gotta love a thick pork chop. We'll let that go. I probably will let that go for about a minute and then flip it over to the other side for a little bit of sear there. And then it'll go in the oven for 5 minutes. They are getting a beautiful brown crust. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I think this is good to go in the oven now. Okay, so I'm going to take this off for going into the oven. Okay, so those are in the oven. They're going to be another few minutes. I'm just looking at my stove. Not a single grease drop where these were frying. The only grease I might have dripped, 1 or 2 drops, as I was carrying the fry wall over to the sink. To clean the fry wall, you can put it in your dishwasher. I just stand it up in the rack like a plate. Just spread it out a bit. Or you can wash it in hot soapy water in the sink. It's your choice. So we'll be right back to slice the pork chop and see how that went. But as far as the grease management, it's a big win. Okay, so the pork chops are resting. You may be able to hear that they're still sizzling. I took them out after 5 minutes. I did test the temperature with my meat thermometer. You want them to have an internal temperature of at least 145 or higher before you bring them out to rest. They'll continue to cook. They were in the 150s. And so anything, over that is perfectly safe for pork to eat. You don't want to overcook it and have it dry. So in a couple more minutes, this is going to be ready to slice. Okay, it's been resting for 5 minutes. I am going to cut it. The pan will still be smoking hot, just so you know. Oh, beautiful inside. It is cooked all the way through, but I can tell it is not dry. So, the whole point of this video is not how I cooked the pork chops, although they turned out fantastic. I couldn't help sharing that at the end. But the fact that all the grease is in the pan, it is not everywhere else. It is on the fry wall, but the fry wall, it will be going in the dishwasher just like a dish, and no grease problem. So yeah, enjoy. I hope that demonstration helped you find out what a fry wall is and how it can keep your stovetop clean. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.